Imagine a being so powerful that even the most feared cosmic entities trembled at his presence. A force that once stood above the entire Marvel Multiverse, and yet was rewritten, retconned, and reduced to something far less divine. This is the rise and fall of the Beyonder in the vast cosmos of Marvel Comics, where gods walk among mortals and galaxies collapse like dominoes. No character shook the very fabric of reality quite like the Beyonder, a being once portrayed as the ultimate power in existence, beyond comprehension, beyond limits, beyond even the gods. But over time, as Marvel's universe expanded and evolved, the Beyonder's origin, status, and abilities were redefined, diminished, and reimagined, all in an effort to fit him into a more structured cosmology, the omnipotent god of Secret Wars. It all began in 1984. Secret Wars, Marvel's first massive crossover event, introduced us to the Beyonder, a being from beyond the known multiverse, observing everything, fascinated by the concept of desire, struggle, and conflict. He watched the superheroes and villains of Earth, intrigued by the idea of good versus evil, and with a single thought transported them all to a distant, artificially created world known as Battleworld. With godlike power, he manipulated time, space, matter, and even reality itself, all just to see what made human beings tick. In this story, the Beyonder wasn't a cosmic entity like Galactus or Eternity. It was above them. He wasn't part of the universe. He was from outside of it. A single being, representing an entire dimension, wielding power that even the living tribunal acknowledged. He wasn't bound by the rules of existence. He was existence, a supreme force of nature, childish, curious, and frighteningly omnipotent. Secret Wars 2, the human experienced. Secret Wars 2, Marvel took the Beyonder's journey in a more philosophical direction. Now fascinated with humanity, the Beyonder came to Earth in human form, trying to understand life, love, pain, and purpose. He walked among mortals, interacted with heroes, fell in love, experienced rejection, and even contemplated mortality. But this humanization of an all-powerful being led to mixed reactions. Some found it deep, others felt it diminished his godlike aura. Regardless, it showed that even absolute power couldn't give him the answers he sought. The Beyonder, once the most powerful being in all realities, now struggled with human emotions. And that, perhaps, was his greatest weakness. The retcons begin. Marvel's universe is ever evolving, and as it grew, so did the need to maintain internal consistency. Writers began to question, how could someone more powerful than the multiverse itself be so childish, so easily defeated, so confused? In Nini, Fantastic Four 390 delivered the first major retcon. It was revealed that the Beyonder wasn't an all-powerful being from outside reality. He was actually a member of a race called the Beyonders, and more shockingly, he was just an incomplete cosmic cube. Yes, the same cubes that Red Skull and others had wielded for power. In this retelling, the Beyonder was born from the accidental merging of a cosmic cube with the energy of a human, Owen Reese, also known as the Molecule Man. This explanation made him far less divine and far more contained. A mistake, an anomaly, not a god, but a glitch, beyond the retcon. The Beyonders as a race. Years later, Marvel expanded even further. In the 2015 storyline, New Avengers and Time Runs Out, writer Jonathan Hickman introduced the Beyonders as a terrifying alien race who existed outside of time and space. They weren't singular beings, but a collective species that operated beyond comprehension. And yes, they were powerful. Powerful enough to kill multiversal entities like the living tribunal, eternity, and even abstract concepts like death. This changed everything. Now, the Beyonder we first met wasn't the Beyonder. He was just one of many. Perhaps the most flawed of them all. A rogue agent. An echo of something great. greater, Secret Wars 2015 and beyond. Then came the 2015 Secret Wars reboot, another massive event that reshaped Marvel's multiverse. While the Beyonder didn't take center stage here, the echoes of his legacy remained. The concept of Battleworld was reimagined and multiversal collapse took the spotlight. By this time, the Beyonder had become more myth than character, being remembered more for what he was than what he is. Writers now carefully used him as a symbol of cosmic imbalance, no longer the child god of the original stories, but a reflection of what happens when power lacks purpose. So where does that leave us? The Beyonder went from being the most powerful entity in Marvel's history, able to erase and recreate entire realities with a thought, to a misunderstood cosmic cube, to a failed experiment of the Beyonder race, and finally, to a forgotten god in a much larger, much scarier multiverse. His journey is not just about power levels or comic retcons. It's about storytelling. It's about storytelling. About how even the greatest beings can be redefined, rewritten, and reshaped to fit the evolving narrative of a fictional universe. The Beyonder reminds us that power alone doesn't make a character memorable. It's the mystery, the impact, the questions they leave behind. Because when you start as a god, you have only one direction to go. Down, once omnipotent, now just a shadow of what he used to be. The Beyonder story proves one thing. In Marvel, nothing stays the same, not even the gods. And sometimes, falling from infinity makes you even more legendary.